are gonna do our Pittsburgh Gaming Expo 2025 pickups video. Yay, pickups! I spent some money. I didn't spend a ton of money that weekend because this is now like a week, almost 10 days later. So I've kind of like recovered and gathered myself, and now I'm ready to talk about my PGX experience. First, I wanted to show you the swag lanyards. I love a custom lanyard. And then I did buy a pin so that I have the pin on my lanyard. Secret, I put Gorilla Glue on the back and then I just slide things on, boom, it's glued on there, it's not going anywhere. And this is my first Expo guest pass, right? I have a staff badge, I have lots of paid for, right, like guest badges. This is my first like talent badge. So this is a treasure, kids. I'm really excited to hang this around Tony the Tiger's neck here in the living room and have it on display until next year when he gets stripped, and we will hopefully add a whole bunch more lanyards to his neck. So PGX from my house to there, it's about 3 hours. So we wound up getting there around 4. So things were already happening, but it wasn't absolutely crazy on Friday at the expo, which is a really awesome time to be there. If you want to play specific arcade games, if you want to shop without the elbow to elbow, right, rear to rear kind of shopping situations, go on Friday. Like if that's why you're going, go on Friday. I knew Saturday was going to be chaos, right? I was going to be out. I was going to need to be talking to people. There were some scheduled things, right? There were lots of events and so on that I was wanting to participate in and be around for. So I knew if I had shopping I wanted to do, it had to get done. So I did. I didn't buy a ton, and I'm also kind of including some other things that were gotten at game stores kind of locally as part of our pickups. Does that make sense? Right? It all kind of happened on the same weekend. If we hadn't gone to Pittsburgh, this stuff wouldn't have happened. So, so at one booth, they had an absolutely amazing variety of Amiibo. All right, like one of those, it was probably taller than me. Shelves, like 3 or 4 shelves of just Amiibo, all kind of like clustered in there. And all price ranges too. This was a place that they had glass cabinets up front, kind of where their like checkout station and so on was. But they didn't have any Amiibo in there, which was crazy because I'll show you. Right, I have footage of some wild Amiibo prices that they had there. And I'm not saying wild because I think they're too expensive. Because I have some Amiibo in box that I would love to sell, and I hope they sell for more than those prices. But just wild that they had them out, and I think that speaks to the customer experience that they're trying to provide, right? Here's our Amiibo. Go through them, look at them, touch them, check them out. We kind of trust you. I mean, plus they were right there, like it was right across the aisle, but at the same time, you know, the fact that Poochie was even there blew my mind. So, so I bought the retro pack. So these 3 guys, here, I'll unelasticize the Mr. Game & Watch set here, which the Mr. Game & Watch set is so cool because, oh, the rubber band broke. Made my job easier. It's so cool because you can take it off the stand. Like there aren't other Amiibo that you can do this with, and if you are doing this, you broke it. Don't do that. Right, they just like pop on and pop off. I love this one. I love that you can swap it, and then you can just lay the other ones like on the shelf next to him, so that like on my display, it's not like, ooh, what's that weird thing there? It's just the other ones, and when I feel like it, he can swap to the parachute, which I think the parachute's the one I'll have on display. This guy was 11. The Duck Hunt was 11, and then the NES North America Rob was also 11. I do believe I have a Famicom Rob, but he's still in the box. So again, like I'm hoping I'll find a Famicom one so that I can have the twins out, right, and have them sit together on a shelf without having to open. So they still all have their price stickers on. Hopefully they come off. So this is something I would say as an Amiibo collector, as a buyer, why is the sticker on him, guys? I'm already gonna go over him with probably honestly just with a magic eraser, kind of buff out, right? Because they get bumped and jostled, right? That damage doesn't need to be there. I'll clean him up a little bit. But right, there are bits and pieces, especially on like this Rob, where his arms are pretty thin. This connector in the back is pretty thin. So I was thrilled to see he was in this good shape. His little eyes are all nice and sparkly. So Rob is perfect. Again, this one's kind of hard to mess up, right? And it's on the awesome. I'm gonna pick the stickers off here while you guys have to watch. But again, like the bottom's right here, y'all. Stick it on there. I know, you know, a little bit of Goo Gone or whatever will take that adhesive off, depending on how long it's been sitting with the sticker on it, right? But these are fun, beautiful display pieces of plastic. Like, just treat it nice and think about, and I think that's one of my things with vendors or store owners or whomever. Think about it, right? Like, how would you want things treated if you were the buyer, right? If you were the one that was picking this guy up, I don't want to worry about the stick-on, you know. And this is kind of tricky, right? In case he gets separated from his base or whatever. Luckily, this one just rolled right off. So that's done for him. And then the duck hunt, they had multiple duck hunts. And the biggest challenge is his face. The dog's face will get like rub details on. The duck on this one isn't super clean, and this kind of off-white, same as his muzzle, so I'm afraid I have to get in there and clean it. And this one's pretty dusty on the base also. But this one was unmarked. So again, it was like, okay, well, the other retro pack is this much. I did find another duck hunt, and I was like, we're price matching on this, right? Like, I'm understanding that this is the pricing, and they're like, yeah. So for me, just put the sticker on the bottom, or have a list, right? Just post a list so I can refer to the list that's there by the Amiibo display. But they had, I mean, some of the first ones, right? Absolutely. They had a Kirby Amiibo. They had Pac-Man. All the way up to, I mean, they had some of the newest Street Fighter Amiibo. So that was a really cool thing. As an Amiibo collector, it was a really cool thing to get to see. There was, oh my gosh, I'll throw the picture in here. There was a booth that had a Mega Yarn Yoshi in box. I think they wanted $180 for it. I don't need a box. I'd love to have the box, and I would just flatten it and like tuck it in with all my Amiibo that are in my totes, right? That are still in storage, because the Amiibo shift in the game room is coming, but it hasn't happened yet. So I do that. I'd love to have the box to store it so that I had it. But $180 for an Amiibo, man, that's amazing. And I know that some of them are up there, and I know like the box of the 3 of this retro pack is definitely up there, around $100 right now, which I should probably get mine listed before Christmas here. But it's still kind of crazy, like, man. So I bought mine on a New Year's Eve day. We were game hunting in southern Michigan, and I got him for $99. And I will forever be so excited that I asked, because he was on display in a store, but it wasn't just like a retro resale store. It was like people have like sections, right? Almost like an antique place, but they had their own stuff on display. But so luckily I asked, because I think it was marked for like $125. And I asked, and they were kind of like, let us check and see, you know, if the booth renter has granted permission for us to, you know, kind of haggle. And yes, they had. So I got him for $99, and he sat next to me in the car for the rest of the day while we wandered around game hunting. Oh my gosh, I just bumped the camera. I'm sorry, everybody. And so in that same booth, because it was like this huge, amazing, I'll try and put pictures in if I have other pictures to share of this incredible booth. I know I have pictures of me digging. And again, I feel like the way this booth was set up, and these are the prices I paid for these, y'all. I didn't dicker on a Friday at a convention, especially with some of the niche stuff that I'm collecting. There's not a lot of like haggle. Do you know what I mean? Like I kind of like backed myself into a corner in a way because I need this one. You know, I need this other one. Oh my gosh, I can't even wait to show you the Metroid. But this booth had them just in a file box for you to root through, right? Just like I had friends in high school, right, that had video game magazines and like comic books and everything, but it's plastic wrap, y'all. It's in a nice wrap and it's carded, okay? So that they're not getting grubbed up and beat up every time somebody goes through trying to look through the magazines to find the ones that they don't have, right? Or trying to find all the Legend of Zelda ones. The boxes were pretty well organized. Again, know the audience, vendors, know your audience. I'm looking for these, just put them in order. They're literally numbered. Put them in order. Can you do that, please? And I know over the course of a con, things are gonna get shuffled around, people are gonna move things, right? And they get turned upside down for whatever reason. On a Friday night, that hasn't happened yet, right? Like just run through your stuff, make sure everything is upright, because they did have, other video game, they had PlayStation, they had Sega magazines, they had a couple other things that were mixed in around, and that's almost better, right? That's fine. I'm fine going through and be like, oh, that's a Sega Visions, right? That's fine, and I'll just keep going as long as they're all upright and I can see the titles and I can look through, right? In the early ones, like this one, it's right there, so I can see it and go, yep, nope, keep going. This one I'll open. I'm so excited. And it's already open because guess who opened it the minute she got back to the hotel that night? Look at this, y'all. This is the most beautiful magazine. It's also the most expensive magazine. But she is so beautiful. Oh, holy heck. Check out the back. That's crazy. Yeah. This is so gorgeous. Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy this magazine is in such good shape. I'm trying to show you and I can't. So she's got the pullouts, right? This one even has the mail-in card, right? We've got a backyard baseball like guide in here. We've got the Nintendo mail-in. Is there a last card in here? Yep. Ooh, guessing these are stickers. Ooh, fancy. And then there is a Hot Wheels racing poster in here in the middle of this Kirby action graphic novel. The back is a fold out. This magazine has it all, man, and it's so chock full. Phantasy Star Online, there's a Godzilla poster, but the highlight of this one, it's prime time, y'all. Like, look at this Metroid stuff. This was one we knew we were missing. Okay, so I think going into the con, we had like 10 or 12 magazines that we were missing. And we knew this was one that was like gonna be a heavy hitter, right? I already have, I think it's 172. We already have a 172 with an Aeon ticket, which costs like $200 nowadays. So we knew, oh no, the sticker's on this. Oh, y'all, the sticker isn't on this other one. Look, it's on the bag. What is up? That better come off. I'm gonna pick it off right now. That's funny. This is 162 and then it was 172. Oh, it's coming right up. Thank goodness. It's coming right up. Oh my gosh. Haha. Lucky $40 magazine, y'all. It's like a doorstop. It's so thick. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We're so close to being done with this collection. All of ours are currently carded and bagged. They're organized. We have on the ends of the little like magazine organizer things, we have sticky notes with missing, and there are like whole sections now as we're filling in these gaps. Like that 30, oh my gosh, that fills in a huge section of them where there's no post-it note now, right? Which means there's no holes, there's no gaps. We're rolling on towards a full set. And that's so exciting. So here, quick, while we're at it, I'll flash the other ones here. We stopped at, so towards the end, right, Nintendo Power, even on like that Metroid one, right, where the back is dark, and so they made Nintendo Power white. Look at the gold on this one. It just so fits so perfectly with the Legend of Zelda. I'm guessing this is a Spirit Tracks, yeah. They started to play with it a little more, I felt like, instead of it having to be like, oh, the title is so, like, look at how much the train, like, pops out of that because of that gold title. Anyway, gorgeous bagged at a store. And these are all labeled down here from the exchange, which I don't hate. And we often, because it's like on there, right? Like it's not gonna wrinkle. Is this the coolest cover? This is the cover of a Nintendo Power. It's the sticker's not gonna come off. Like I don't have to worry about it coming off. It's not gonna pop off. It's not gonna rub on anything else. So it'll probably just stay there. Oh, address label was on the back on this one. Which, does that make it a variant? Does that make it something? I don't know. Cool cover. Legion of God. This one's heavy. This one was 8. Always look through, right? It's got the first like mail-in Power Club card. Yep. It's got the pull-out. This one has a sweet pull-out poster. Oh my gosh, that's crazy cool. And then usually, okay, there's a Nintendo Power mail-in. This one is Troy Aikman football flavored. Oh, this one doesn't have the card. Oh, it's got one page of cards. That's interesting. But they used one and what's the deal? Whatever. Oh my gosh, okay. We're recording. Is it going? Okay, we're back. Last magazine. Again, gorgeous. But the more traditional background with Link with the gold down here. Card up front. This one has like an interesting, like a little wraparound. Ooh, that's cool. And that's the thing, that's why so many of these magazines are missing stuff, is because they were gorgeous and chock full of, oh hey, check this out. Is this maybe the walkthrough that I had? Because I know I didn't have like a player's guide, right? I know I didn't have like a full walkthrough when I was playing. That's interesting. I wonder if that's, I remember, oh, there's Glover in here. Oh man, win a Game Boy Color. Yes, please. Plus 5 games. Nintendo Power mail-in, right, to sign up. And then whatever this one had in the back, I'll have to look into it. It looks like there was a comic. Again, right? This is what happens. The stuff that was in this magazine is just amazing. And it's super fun to have on hand for my kids to look through. Because again, this is physical media. Like, let's take a minute. And I always feel so silly when I get on this soapbox, but this is physical media. This is unchanging. Nobody can go on the internet or use their AI to come through and delete this from my house. This is mine. This will always be mine, right? This is the beauty of the permanence of physical media. So we can look through this. My kids can look through this. look at the ads, talk about, right, the silly things that this provided, but it also is such an awesome, like, look back into the history. What is on the ceiling? Oh, it's the top of the lamp. Ignore me. It's such a cool way to look back, for our kids to see where video games were, for us to remember where video games were, and to then pull it forward and better appreciate maybe where we are now. Mourn. Mourn for the way things were. Alright, magazines are great, but there were some super great pickups, and I'm gonna brag about one of my kids for a minute. So my oldest, who will be 16 this coming weekend, my gosh, how old does that make me? He decided that he wanted a copy of, what is this? Friday the 13th, of Jason. Friday the 13th for the Nintendo. And just kind of one of those where he researched it himself. He understood that it was a difficult game, but a kid coming off of, right, Fester's Quest, and there's a couple other games that he finished recently. This difficulty kind of makes sense, right? Where it's like, all right, I need a challenge. He beat it in 3 days. He lucked out so hard. The RNG on his last play had his cause in its heart, and he just finished. It was amazing. But to have something like this, to have a kiddo that had done the research, had looked, even kind of knew price points in his head. So he had seen the game 3 different places, but he liked this case. So he was like, you know, hauled his dad over there. We went, checked it out. It is a sweet case. Right? It's almost like a movie rental case. The game was in perfect condition. So there it is, right? Kid bought it with his own money. So now it's his. And that's amazing, right? Like, all of my kids are different. All my kids are gamers. All my kids game differently. And the big one, this is his thing right now, is finding a game, understanding it, right? He does research, he watches playthroughs. He went through a speedrun phase on things. He's gone, and now we're to this is a really hard Nintendo game. And he just kind of goes, okay. And so he learns and researches and finds out the ways to do it, and then he does it. And he's not just playing games. He's not just anything, right? This kid is using his brain to play games, to enjoy games the way that he wants to enjoy them. And I revel in that for my children. Even though it's Friday the 13th, I can both, right? The husband and I were like, ooh, is that $20? Pretty good. This is a quality too. All of this, this vendor's table all had these bright orange stickers, so he knew it was his stuff. It was cool. That was a wild fun. It was a really, really cool. And again, we take all 3 of our people to cons. We buy them VIP passes or adult passes, right? Put your money where your mouth is. If you want to go to cons, you got to pay to go to cons. So it was kind of one of those things where we were like, all right, when we started, it was like, we're going to buy, as much as we can, adult passes, full weekend passes, at least 1 VIP pass to encourage the convention to keep going, right? Yes. Here's our money. We're showing up. We want you to keep showing up for us too. Does that make sense? All right, what else am I going to talk about? Oh my gosh, yay. Okay. So I want to mention a thing while we are at it. Level Up. They are, I think they're on YouTube, right? That's where I watched them, right? I don't know. The world is so small these days. And they are more like board game stuff. But they had a table set up where they were playing Clask, which is not a game I've played before. That's the cat food feeder going off. Sorry. Cat food, time for lunch. So they had Clask set up, and it was super fun because they had it set up all weekend. So I played Friday, I played Saturday, I played Sunday. I definitely got better. I never won, but it was really fun, and now I absolutely have bought a Clask for us to have. because of Level Up, because of their whimsy, because of their joy surrounding what they were doing and who they were and how they were sharing themselves and their love for table gaming at PGX. I now have a classic table. It'll probably be a Christmas present. It'll probably come and I'll go, why did I do that? But it's fine. Super fun, silly, kind of like hockey game in a way, right? You're like sliding the magnet thing around under a table and you can sit and just kind of chit chat. And that's what they did. They sat, you'd sit down, they say, how's your Friday? How are you doing? Have you been to this con before? Have you played class before? Do you this, do you that? Like it was so much fun because they were there to have fun. And that is how conventions work. You come in the doors knowing who you are and bringing your energy. I want to buy Jason Friday the 13th, right? And that's the energy he came in with. He was there to shop, and the boy shopped, and then he went and hit the arcade because their free play is absolutely freaking insane. The arcade is why all three of my kids wanted to be at PGX this year. So good job. All right, last pickup for this video. I am going to do another video. Saturday at the con, I managed to do kind of a selfie challenge with myself. Just throughout the day, I set an alarm for every hour, and I just took a picture of myself doing whatever it was that I was doing. I did one of those, oh my gosh, like 10 years ago, we went to a WizardCon in Cleveland. It was my first convention. I went to meet Brent Spiner. Yeah, that's who I am in my heart. Trekkie. So and I did that over the course of that day too, just because I wanted to record that for all time, right? Throughout the course of the day, even from morning to night, you forget what you've done, who have you seen, what you talked to, what games you played, what you were doing, when you were in the Red Bull section chugging Red Bull, because one of my pictures is in front of like the Red Bull stand. It made it really fun for me. And all you do, ready to do a selfie challenge like that, set an alarm on your phone that goes off every hour. It's not hard. You just have to have the follow through. So it was super fun, and it made it fun for me. And then throughout the day, people be like, why are you taking a selfie? Because I'm gonna do this selfie challenge. And then they're like, oh, that's a really fun way to go about doing it. And I totally agree. So I will do that video also because I love you PGX and I want to make 1,000 PGX videos. That will be more about like the experience and my experience at the con. I'll talk about the merge announcement, and I guess I'm going to show you my amiibo now. So again, I said that we stopped at some video game stores. Look at her. Oh, she's gorgeous. And this is now my second player too. So release, I want to say, was it 2017? In the summer, they did this absolutely bananas release where it was, who are you? Corin, and isn't it like male and female Corin? Player 1, player 2. Bayonetta, like doing a handstand and not doing a handstand, and then Cloud, right, like Advent Children Cloud, and then more like traditional Buster Sword Cloud, right? And that's it. It's the only time they did that, y'all, is they released these 3 amiibo at the same time, but it was 6 amiibo. And, right, reasonable Lindsay from way back when decided, well, I'm just gonna get 1, right? Like, I don't need all of those amiibo. They're literally not different. So now I have to go through and pay 24 bucks. That's not bad for this one. Plus, she's gorgeous. She's in her bare feet though, which is, she's got all this armor on and she's got bare feet. What? Who designed this? But so what I have noticed too is, so the player 2s do call out player 2. The player 1s don't say player 1. So if you were just collecting all of them and you didn't know this existed, there's literally no way. There's literally no way that you would know. Again, fantastic box art, shows the amiibo in action in the game, shows all the different ways that this amiibo works, which they don't do any of this stuff anymore. It's super sad. how like vanilla the back of the box is nowadays. Even with the re-releases, right? Like the Zelda, the Wolf Link, like had gorgeous box art and it showed all this stuff, and the new one, like the box art already existed. Why aren't you just re-releasing it? Whatever. It's a different hill on a different day. She's mine. At some point, I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm going to go through my amiibo and sort them out. Who's worth selling in box and who's not. Obviously, this one I'm not going to sell in box. I just got her. It'd be silly. And then it's going to be a video, and maybe I'll do it live. Haha! I'll make y'all watch me do it live, right? Like rip the boxes open. I'll probably cut them. I have most of the cards, if not all of the backing cards, just because it's super fun and I want to have them. Like, this is my thing. The Nintendo Powers are kind of like an everybody thing. Definitely the husband, capital T, capital H, the husband and me kind of thing. Because we both have fond memories, right, of friends having it. I know my younger brother had it for a little while. He certainly didn't have like huge runs of it or anything, but right, he'd get it for Christmas one year for a year. And this is my thing. This is my collection and I love it very much. And we're working on a new way to display them so that I can have a bunch more out of box. And it's just the coolest thing. I love being an adult and getting to be like, I want to change this. And then I do. And it happens. And it's amazing. So, pickups from PGX. Got some incredible stuff. Saw some incredible people. Met some incredible people. Did some incredible things. And these are all the goodies that I brought home after doing that. And I'm so thrilled. Oh, a shirt. I love the D&D style shirt. And then they did the Mass Effect pin too to kind of like cover all the aspects of the con this year. Fantastic. Yeah, I guess let's end the video with a thank you. Thank you, Pittsburgh Gaming Expo, for existing for 5 years. Feels like you've been doing this for forever. Like, just the atmosphere of the convention is just like it like just grew up out of the ground and happened naturally. Naturally, Pittsburgh Gaming Expo exists. What are you talking about? And that's just a really awesome way to spend a weekend. And I hope more and more people continue to choose to do so that I can keep going, so that y'all can keep going. Thank you so very much. I think that's the end of this video. So I will say, thanks for playing.